Hey, what's up guys? It's Spencer and welcome back to my shop. I've been working on my ATC70 behind me a pretty good bit. Got a new carburetor on there, XR80 carb with the air box that you saw me make. And all that works cool, the bike runs really good. But I've been wanting to do something with the exhaust for a while. 5 or 6 years ago, I built a titanium exhaust for it using a right side muffler from a CRF 450 that had a dual exhaust back then. And it works well. It's quiet, which was really what I was going for, but it's kind of bulky and it looks kind of silly to me. So I want to use a different muffler that I had laying around. I've got this really cool full titanium carbon fiber exhaust from Fabrication. This pipe was sent to me by a guy that I've actually never met before. His name's Matt, and he's in Florida, and he had seen some of my work where in the past I was cutting up a lot of titanium exhaust systems and making them fit other bikes and stuff and welding them back together in pieces. The owner of Fabrication actually made 3 of these systems for him and his friends for their old body style KLX 110s. And I was only ever really able to find one photo from Planet Minis of one of these actually installed. So I thought it'd be a shame to cut it up because it really is a work of art. And, you know, especially made by the owner himself, I think it's just a really cool piece of especially mini bike history. So what I want to do is, you know, I'm going to keep the header as is, but I'm going to take this muffler and put it on my ATC70, which is going to require me to cut the header and do some modifications there to make it fit. We'll get started by taking my ATC70 apart and working on making this muffler fit on there. So funny story how I got this exhaust system. I came home one day to my dad's house. I was still in college and there was this huge box on the front porch. And I went and looked at it and I didn't recognize the name on the box. And so I started slicing into it and I opened it up and here's this dual titanium exhaust in there. And I recognized the exhaust immediately as being from this guy that I had some communication with over the years out of Florida. And then it all started to kind of come together. So I sent him a message and I said, hey, you know, I just got this exhaust system. Is there something broken with it that you wanted me to fix for you? He had sent me some parts in the past, some things that he had come across, you know, parting out bikes and stuff, some kind of rare stuff, especially for your like TTR 110s and TTR 50s. And so I thought maybe he just wanted me to fix something for him, you know. I just thought it was odd that I hadn't talked to him about fixing the exhaust. So I sent him a message and he got back with me, and if I remember correctly, he sent me a like a little emoji of the scissors, and he was like, cut it up and use it for something else. And I couldn't believe that somebody was being so nice to me, especially somebody that I'd never met before. Like, if you know anything about titanium exhaust, especially for pit bikes and ones as rare as this, they're probably worth a substantial amount of money. I could take stabs at the number, but it's a lot. And you know, I was extremely surprised. So thank you to Matt for doing that for me all those years ago. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to do something with it, but I am going to use one of the mufflers and maybe the other muffler for something else down the road. But thank you again. So we'll get started on it now and see where it goes. This muffler is 20 plus years old, and you can see where the plastics kind of ended right here, and it's really faded over here. The clear coat itself seems to be in pretty good condition, so I've started polishing on this thing in this area, and I'm just kind of working my way over with it and shining some life back into it. I'm just using some of this stuff right here that I used to polish the clear coat on my Moto Compo when I painted it, and I'm using a foam pad on just my Milwaukee drill to kind of keep me from having to do all of it by hand. But let's see if we can get some life back in this and make it look good again. So I think that looks pretty good. I got some shine back into it again, got rid of the sun fade on there. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's gonna be up underneath the rear fender. It's not like many people are really even gonna notice it except for you guys watching. Here's the exhaust system that I had made all those years ago. You can see it's a titanium header that goes into a stainless slip joint into the stock CRF 450 right side muffler. And I reused the stock stainless slip joint and just made a link pipe in between the muffler and the titanium header. I'm gonna leave the header where it is because it's got good clearance and you don't burn your leg on it or anything, but I'll have to cut it back here where my slip joint is and then weld in a new titanium link pipe in between the Akrapovic muffler and this header that I had made. So now that I have the muffler mount complete, as well as the slip joint that slides into the muffler, I need to take a piece of titanium tube and swage it out and put a flare on the end of it so that it'll mate up to this, because I need to taper it down to 1.25 inches and this tube's around 1 3/4 inches. So I've got to make a transition piece and I'm just going to go ahead and do that right here by the slip joint. I have this really simple swaging setup in my hydraulic press, and commercially pure titanium tubing is actually really easy to swage like this without cracking it. You just got to take it slow. So I've made this transition piece with the swage on the press like I pictured, and then I just cut it off in my lathe to the length that I needed and polished it up a little bit. Now I can step over to the bandsaw and start cutting my pie cuts. I'll start off by cutting the end of this flat tube at a 10-degree angle, and then I will flip it 180 degrees every time, and that's what the scribe line right there is for in this little fixture that I made. And every time I flip it, it'll create a pie cut with opposing angles, and that'll allow me to make a sharper bend. So we've got 6 pie cuts now. That should be enough to do what I want to do. We'll put it on my disc sander and smooth out these ends and get them ready to weld. We're going to start off by tacking these 3 pieces together. This is the slip joint for the muffler that I machined out of a piece of titanium pipe. And then there is a pie cut that I swaged the end out of, and that is so it will sit up against this transition piece that I swaged as well out of a larger piece of tubing. So I had to flare this pie cut out slightly to get it to sit up against there good. The reason why I'm doing these three first is that their orientation and rotation doesn't really matter because it's just the beginning of this section. So I'll go ahead and tack these together and then start mocking up the other pieces. Okay, now that I have the slip joint welded to the transition piece completely, and then I welded the smaller transition piece that's going to take it to 1.25 inches, which the rest of the header is made out of. I didn't weld it all the way yet, but I will once I get some more segments on there to dissipate the heat a little bit better. I've already cut off the original slip joint that I was using and prepped that for welding, so now I can start to piece together some pie cuts in between this piece and the header and try to get it all linked together. So we'll use some masking tape and mark these as we go to keep their orientation correct. Now I have a pretty crazy compound bend all tacked together, and all that's left to do is cut a piece of tube to go in between here and here that's about 2 1/8 long. And I'll kind of trim it up and file it down to try to get my fitment as tight as possible. Here's the complete system. I fabricated a little spring hook on my manual rod bender, just clamped in my vise, just welded it on there. Pretty amped on how this turned out. Hopefully it sounds good. We'll put the plastics back on and take it outside and check it out. So with the quiet insert in there, it's still not loud, and that was the ultimate goal. So I'm pretty stoked with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun building this exhaust system. Make sure you check out my other videos, comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. It really helps me out a lot. I've got plenty of projects planned for the future, so make sure you stop back by from time to time and check them out. I'll see you then.